Hey, welcome in, welcome back. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. I just got back from my birthday dinner. Today's not my birthday, tomorrow is. But we went out tonight with my parents, so I am just getting back. Had me, I like my little stuffed chicken from Ruth Chris or whatever. So now we jumping right back in. I'm taking a look to see how we left off. Hair is looking great. Skin is not done, which is fine. We can kind of jump into that while we let people trickle in. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I hope everyone had a great Monday. Feeling good. I am a little sleepy. I was eating good. I'm not gonna lie. I was in there tearing the people's food up. My issue is I just get too excited with the appetizers. Then when my entree comes, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I have to order dessert, so I'll be really picking at my entree. Just trying to make some room for the desserts. So I had like 2 bites of my chicken by the time, because I was eating my apps. I had nothing left. But I did have enough left to get my little creme brulee, okay? Because one thing about it, I'm going to order dessert. Especially it's going to be free because it's my birthday tomorrow. I said, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take the creme brulee. Yes. And give my son a scoop of vanilla. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Actually, let me do my pink white. Thank you. I know I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. I already know. I've been waking up so early, which I like and I don't like. I like that I'm waking up early, but I'm not going to bed early enough to have enough energy to sustain myself with these early wake up times. But my eyes are literally just like popping open 6 something every day. And before you know, it's gonna be time to put them clocks back, and I'm gonna be waking up at like 5 something in the morning. I can't live like that. I can't hang with that. That's not my lifestyle. I don't know if that's a pregnancy symptom or what that is. I'm so confused. Usually I'm a sleeper inner, I sleep in. When people are like, oh, my body just wakes up. I'm like, yeah, I can't relate. I don't even need to set an alarm. My eyes literally just open now. I don't like that. I didn't ask for that. I didn't order this from the catalog. This is burnt sienna. I felt like I needed to add a little more definition. Hey, Coco Bro. Hey, welcome in everybody. Hey, P. Marie. Thank you. All right, let's start to move this down. You said this last week, but I'm perfectly fine with just facing hello. As far as I'm concerned, the page is done. It's a wrap. We're done here. The important parts have been completed. Now we're just hanging out. The hard work has been completed. I could just do like little accents of color, like maybe like paint splatters or something. But I do think she looks like she's just popping off the page. Eating down. Thank you, thank you. Right. I know what you're talking about. Thank you guys for the follows. Love you, mean it. Appreciate it. I know, if you didn't pre-order the book, Rest and Reflect, you might as well just go ahead and buy it from Barnes & Noble. Because they said to hell with that pre-order. I was talking to my publisher today. I had a meeting. I was like, y'all know Barnes & Noble just took it off pre-order altogether now, right? They were like, what? I'm like, yeah, like people got their books already. They were like, what? I was like, yeah, I told you they were getting the tracking numbers. They're like, yeah, I thought they were just, sending them the tracking, not like they actually put it in the mail. I was like, oh no, the girls have the book in hand. The girls have the book in their house. They're like, okay, so they're not supposed to do that. They aren't supposed to do that. I was like, well, I am going to tell my audience that they didn't hear from me, but they should hit up Barnes & Noble if they haven't already got their book. If you didn't already pre-order and you want your book early, they're shipping it out in 1 to 2 days over there. You ain't got to wait for Nathan, I guess. Not a dang thing. So, they said they were going to investigate. I don't think they're going to, tell them to shut it off, because at this point, what is the reason? What is the reason? You know what I mean? Now, Sisterhood and Solidarity, that won't ship because it hasn't even printed yet. So if you pre-order that, that's going to be a real pre-order. Until, what I think happened is they got their units in the warehouse and they're like, oh, it's here. Let's just get these going. I was a buyer for many years, and we used to have a report that we would get on a weekly basis called the On Hand Not Live report, because I worked for Macy's.com, specifically the website. And it would basically be a report that went out to the entire company, and it would snitch on all the buyers who had inventory that was sitting in the warehouse but was not live on the website, which meant it was just taking up space. And you did not want to have a lot of inventory on that list, okay? The girls would talk about you. So I bet somebody had a little too much inventory in that warehouse that was not moving because it was on pre-order and it can't move until a certain day. And they said, you know what? Send them out. Go ahead and send them out. And that's probably what happened. That's my guess. They said, get this out of the warehouse. Because, all the holiday inventory, starts hitting in July. So those warehouses are probably getting real cramped. They said, rest and reflect. You about to go home to your new owner a little early, okay? Exactly. They said you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here. Bye-bye. And that was that. Bye-bye, sayonara. My mom's came. She thought I had a sample shipped to her. She said, oh, your sample came here. Did you send it here? I said, no, that's not my sample. I got my copies. She said, She's like, oh, this is my Barnes & Noble pre-order. I thought it wasn't supposed to come till next month. It wasn't. It wasn't. Barnes & Noble said, who gonna check me? Who gonna check me? Nobody. You ain't gotta worry about me checking you. So I was like, this is no impact to me. So y'all could go ahead and grab it. I'm happy to have my books, but I kind of feel bad because I don't want to mess things up. That's not messing up nothing for me. Don't feel bad at all. Enjoy it. Celebrate. You waited a long time. We've been talking about these books for so long. Isn't that crazy? Like, I signed that book deal on my birthday last year. So I signed my book deal 1 year ago tomorrow. Crazy. And then I turned in my first book, the one that's coming out, Rest and Reflect, last October. And it's just coming out. Wild. Thank you. My birthday tomorrow. There's certain things where I can't wait to post like a specific meme, and the day before my birthday I will be more diligent about posting the day before my birthday. I'm probably not gonna post anything on my actual birthday tomorrow. But I will post that damn Vine of it's my birthday tomorrow. I put that on the to-do list on August 18th every year. Make sure I post it's my birthday tomorrow, and then ghost the internet on my actual birthday. I love that for me. $33, this was a good year. It was a little bit ghetto in the middle, you know, but hey, that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Started strong, ended strong. That's all that matters. Thank you. Your birthday was just in your 34 too. Wow, happy birthday, twin. don't know how detailed I'm gonna get inside these little crochets. I think I'm gonna just do like a little drop shadow. Not too much. Ain't nobody got time for that. Thank you for the follows. I was at the restaurant, I was so stuffed. I want to know what happens on the way home from a restaurant where you were just literally had to get rolled up out the restaurant. You are so stuffed. As soon as you get home, you be ready for second dinner. What is that? Like, you be ready to bust the leftovers open before they even make it into the fridge. I was just stuffed. And I'm opening the to-go box as soon as we get home. What is that? I don't get it. Because I really couldn't breathe when I was in the restaurant. And then I came home and had me a stuffed mushroom. I don't know. Is it psychological? New environment, new appetite. It's called greedy. It don't feel greedy. I didn't eat a lot at the restaurant because I ate too much of my appetizers, and then I couldn't really eat my entree. But then I had to save my my room for dessert. So I didn't burp. Because sometimes that could do it. Sometimes that could do it. Because y'all know I had gastric bypass a couple years ago. So I can't really eat all that. The food don't have nowhere to go. And my appetite is more increased with the pregnancy, but I still can't eat that much because there's nowhere for it to go. There's nowhere for it to go. My belly's all big. My back is starting to hurt. I waddled out the restaurant. I said, not me waddling. I had to course correct. I said, let me straighten these feet out. I'm not at the waddling stage yet. I need to get it together. I'm not gonna be waddling yet. I still got 4 more months. No waddles. No waddles. I gotta figure out what my live schedule is gonna be. I'm gonna start transitioning in the fall. Definitely an earlier time. I just don't know what that's gonna look like. But Michael's soccer schedule is gonna be crazy, and I want to be able to like go to some of his practices and his away games and stuff. So I need to be more available. And then the queen will be born in December, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. This is from the coloring calendar for 2025. This is just a little shading just to add some dimension without doing the absolute most. I'm doing something, but I'm not doing the most. All right. So now let me do her jewelry. I'm going to use my Ohuhu marker in the color OR 4.2. This is going to be the base. Her nose rings are like so little. I just have to use a sharp pencil for that. And then come in. Let's see. Couldn't resist the new wire bounds. Just what I think. Yes! They're so good. They're so yummy, yummy, yummy. I love them. I do. Ooh, thank you for your support. I hope you love them too. This is Burnt Ochre, by the way, by Prisma. The wire-bound ones are brand new, so no one has them yet. We just shipped out 50 orders that came in last week. So the rest of the orders from last week are going out tomorrow. All the inventory is made and ready to go. And then we're going to start producing these orders and shipping those out. Eventually the other volumes will get made into wire-bound as well. Yes, indeed. So we did the latest 3 volumes, 8, 9, and 10. And how would you compare the wire-bound ones to the original books? They're the same, just one's wire-bound and one's like glue-bound. I like the wire-bound covers a lot. I feel like those are really special, but the glue-bound ones are going away. So if you see a glue-bound one on the site and you want it, then I would get it because they're going to be gone forever pretty much. So those are not coming back for the foreseeable future. And anything that's off the site means you already missed it. It's gone. But wire-bound is nice because it's flat. We used small coils, just like the coloring calendar, so that they don't get in the way, they don't interfere. We're gonna offer versions for the lefties out there, so that the spiral will be on the right side of the book. So we started working on some of those units as well, just for the comfort, but they lay completely flat. They take up less space. But in terms of like the book itself, like the pages are the same art that you know and love. Thank you for the follows. All right, how are we gonna do your little nose piercing? You really be thinking about us. I'm not even left-handed. I do try. I kind of overthink a little bit. Drive my husband crazy. I'm like, but what about the left-handed people? And what about the girl? Just do what you gotta do, and tell me when to ship. I'm like, thank you kindly. All right. I kind of don't want to do anything else. I kind of sort of want to leave her in the white fit. That's the issue. This page already looks too good. Yes, we're making the books ourselves here. We in here. We in production. I have one up here I can show y'all. Ooh. Let's bring the rest downstairs. But this is volume 8, so like I'm in love with the covers because for these we actually used my colored pages. So this is like an actual page that I colored versus usually it's like one of my digital illustrations. Love these down as well. But this just feels like, I don't know, it just feels good. And, you know, I'm a paper freak, so it's on good paper that blends really well, really nice texture. And you can just like flip to the page you want and it lays completely flat. So you don't have to like spread it across your whole table because you can just flip to the page you want and it's very convenient. Throw it in your bag, be out the door. And we also went ahead and laminated the covers. So they're like a little more durable. These are like actual art prints on top quality paper. And we laminate them. So it's like very thick, very durable, but very high quality. So in the back cover, we have like, you know, my little affirmations in here, grateful, worthy, enough, with our traditional leaves. This one is volume 8. This is the portrait edition. So this one has all of our headshots in here. You trace the book? That's a big commitment. I would just make copies. I wouldn't trace it and I drew it. That's a big commitment. Can you do a flip through of any other available volumes? Yeah, let me see if my man is still up. All of our inventory is downstairs. I'm gonna hit him with the "you up" text. Do your books come with samples of how to color? No. Oh, also we included these. So for each book that you order, you get a page protector. So I've been like testing different kinds of page protectors, and this is like an acetate sheet, And I like it because you can see it like clings onto the paper so it doesn't move around while you're coloring. It's the same size as the actual pages that we color, so you don't have to like shift it around to cover wherever you're coloring. And it doesn't get like all weird, and you can wipe it off. So if it gets like a little too much leak through, you can just take like a little tissue, maybe a little rubbing alcohol, and clear the marker off, and then you have a clean sheet every time. So I did the research. It works. It worked good. It worked good. Yes, babe, what's wrong? Can you bring me a volume X and a volume 9 to flip through? I say we leave her white and then maybe do something fun in the back. Deal? And not just from a point of like I don't feel like coloring it, which to be honest is true, but I like it like that. I like it in real life. And we never do white. You know, it does feel like cheating, but it's, you know, what's wrong with a white fit? This is a light gray. This is neutral gray, number 2. I hear fee fi fo fum. That means books are coming. Thank you, babe. Hey, can you take it out the plastic? He wants you guys to see how nicely packaged they come. He's in charge of packaging. Thank you. Oops. I think I stuck that on there. Okay, so here's the other 2. For a second. So this is, thank you, babe. This is volume 10. This is the last edition that we just came out with, and these are the like flower inspired ones. So all the same pages we know and love. And it flips really smooth. Mr. Coco be flip testing them to make sure that I do a good job clamping them. My first few books, and then your swatch page, and then back cover. My first few when we were testing like all last week. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was learning. Yeah, he went over one of the books that joint. You know he Hercules. This is the same man that be freaking snapping his toothbrushes in his hand while he's brushing his teeth. So when he flipped through something, he's flipping at a rate that normal people would never. Yes, the plastic page protector comes with these. And he tore that book apart. My first one, I was like, oh, I don't think I closed it right. This one is volume 9, by the way. This is the Halloween edition. So, and since we make these at the crib, we can do like fun stuff like special edition covers and like just make it more personalized. So I'm looking forward to that. All of our books include Girls with Locks. There go one right there. And then I showed you guys volume 8 already. It's this one. And this is the portraits, so we already went through that one. You know? So those are up on the site now. And I'm excited because now that I have like the equipment and the lock knots, I love that page with the croissant. That one, let me see. Where's she at? There she go. This is in Rest and Reflect. You can get this at Barnes & Noble. Now, they ship it. They said, I don't give a damn about no pre-order. Pre-order, shmeeshmortar. Shmeeshmortar. All right. Back to our girly growl. So I'm starting to work on our calendar for 2026. I'm stressed. Time just flies. My goodness. That will be out in October. Will calendars be harder since they are offered in all color? Harder for us to make, you mean? I'm not sure. Because our covers and everything, we have a printer strictly for the black and white internal pages, then we have a printer for color. Before we start getting into calendars, we're going to buy another printer. Maybe 2 more printers. So we'll have to see what the flow is going to be. But it will be interesting. It will. Because I like laser printers for coloring pages. If you print on an inkjet printer and you color and it's not all the way like set, it smudges, I've noticed. With laser printers, it like is a lot more stuck to the page. So I have a laser printer that just does black and white. It's a Brother laser printer. And she's cute. You gotta keep an eye on her. But she's cute. She gets the job done. And that's all we can ask for. Alright, let me find a nice light gray pencil. Let me know if I need to combine some. The binding is my favorite part. What I want to get is the like automatic puncher, because right now we pulling the lever. And I'm gonna have my Angela Bassett arms finally. I'm gonna achieve them. I'm like, this is good practice for when the baby comes, because you know, holding a baby all day, you be sore. That gets real exhausting for your dominant arm. So I feel like I've been training. But I want the automatic. And that costs like $5,000. So I was like, oh, babe, I want to get like the automatic one. He said, okay, yeah, that would be good, so you don't get any shoulder problems. How much that cost? I was like $5,000. He said, you keep pulling, damn it. The hell you talking to me about that stuff for? Girl, you don't pull that damn lever. You out your damn mind. 5,000, what? Girl, move, I'll do it. I was like, oh. Maybe they have some financing options. I don't. You better pull that damn lever. Men turn into like grandpas when you start talking about stuff like that. So, we could save up to it, make it more efficient. He didn't want to hear nothing else after that $5,000. Said, talk to me when you got something real to say. Oh, here, daydreaming. Get to work. But us, like, making everything again, like, I don't know, it feels so nostalgic of, like, when we first started Coco Michelle and we were, like, doing it together and, like, we be in there chit-chatting and talking and, like, I feel like we're spending, like, a lot of quality time together and it feels nice. It just feels, like, real sweet, real cutesy, real family business. I'm like, well, back to our roots. One thing about it, no one in this house is ashamed to pull up their sleeves and get to work, so I have no qualms about it. None at all. Love that for us. I saw one of my mutuals. Her name is Bree, but she goes by God-taught artist. God-taught. Girl, untie your tongue. God-taught artist. My God. She's a fine artist. She paints. She was the first person that I saw that really was on line painting for real. She her and Inspired by Tyler did the paintings with the hair on it. You know what I'm talking about? Where it had actual hair on the paintings. So she had posted this whole carousel of things that she's been thinking about and about how difficult business has been as an artist these days. And it's just really sad to see. She talked specifically about how difficult it has been for Black artists and content creators after the pandemic. And there was a significant shift, right? During the pandemic, there was a lot of initiatives and awareness driving to Black businesses, Black artists. People were getting all kinds of opportunities that Black content creators and Black artists specifically, I feel artists really had a time to shine during that time. And then once the performative activism was over and all of these big brands said, okay, bye-bye, back to our program, a lot of content creators and artists just got left high and dry. I'm looking for a leaf color, by the way. And she just talks about the impact that has been and how she went back to work a few years ago and really has lost all motivation to pursue her art. And that just makes me really sad. That just makes me super duper sad to see the impact that like being lifted up so quickly and then dropped so quickly has, not just on your business but like on your mental health and your desire to even be creative anymore. I'm gonna come in with pine tree green because I think that I actually got lucky. And it's funny because you never know like why God is doing certain things and keeping certain things that you see as an opportunity away from you. But when all of these things were happening at the height of the pandemic, I was not getting tapped. I had very few, very limited opportunities in terms of like sponsorships or like reposts, or like people were growing so rapidly and my stuff was just kind of all just being built from the bottom, like no support in that regard. I never had anything go like super viral. I never got like super visible partnerships or collaborations. And a lot of my peers and my friends did. And it was difficult for me not to compare myself because I just felt like how come people aren't picking me, you know? Like how come these brands are skipping over me is what it felt like, right? So like my account like at the time had around 100,000 followers, and I'm like, so they're looking at my art and they don't like it. Like they see me and they're not choosing me. That was kind of the mental that I had. And that kind of effed me up for a hot minute. A hot little minute. The thing about me though, I just keep going, and probably to a detriment. So like even though I was feeling some type of way about it, I didn't stop moving forward. And little by little I just kept building brick by brick. Now what I didn't foresee happening was that all these people that got built up, as fast as they got built up was as fast as they got brought back down. And because I was never really in that rush, I didn't get brought down the same way a lot of other people did. So what I thought was me getting skipped over, I was really actually protected and didn't have to deal with the repercussions of that quick claim to fame. My journey has been going on 8 years now. So, because I gave birth to my son and then I gave birth to Coco Michelle. And he's turning 8 this month. So my patience and I wouldn't give myself that much credit because I don't feel like I was patient. I was high-key pissed off for all of 2020. I was pissed. I was like, hello, does anybody see me? But I ignored those negative emotions and did what I felt I should be doing anyway, because it didn't matter that only X amount of people were seeing me, because I was like, well, I want to show up for that X amount of people. Okay. Disney's not going to put me on. They're going to put on every other person that I know. And they're going to skip over me. And that's fine, because I have 12 people who are waiting on my post this Friday, and I'm going to just show up for them. And that's really like the mentality that I had. And it just kept going. And then that 12 people turned into 1.2 million people now. I got people in different area codes, okay? I'm not going to call y'all hoes, but I got Cocos in different area codes. But it takes a long time. And then you have to consistently find new ways to continue to grow and to continue to retain your audience. That's the part that really gets exhausting, because content is always evolving. How you get your audience is not how you keep your audience. How you grow your audience this year ain't how you grow your audience next year. So it's constant like you can't just be an artist. You got to be able to market yourself. You got to be flexible. You got to wear all these hats. And I think a lot of people are like, yeah, I didn't sign up for all of that. I think that luckily I enjoy making content. So, in fact, I love the content as much as I love the art. I look at the content as an extension of the art. So to me, it doesn't feel as much of a chore. Like I enjoy it, but that's not how everybody is built. So I can see how that would be a struggle. If I did not like content creation, I don't think I would be successful at being a content creator. There's a lot of content creators who hate making content, and that could just never be me because I'm not good at things I don't like. Naturally, I have issues with being efficient in something that I don't want to do. So it will always be a problem for me. So if I didn't like content creation, it wouldn't like me either. But this is a scary time. I told y'all I was out here freaking out because my books were not profitable anymore. And we came to that conclusion on a Saturday. We bought all the equipment we needed on Sunday. We started testing. We figured everything out. Products were live by Wednesday. We were sold out by Thursday. Like, if there's one thing about it, I'm a pivot. I'm going to get myself out of the situation. I'm definitely... What? Commercial disclosure? I was not promoting anything. TikTok girl, you really be on my neck. All these violations. And then you're going to have a million pop-ups in the middle of me having a conversation. Childish. But I feel like through everything in the past 8 years, to be in business for more than 2 years is already like a huge accomplishment. So to be in business for 8 years and still be standing, especially as a Black woman-owned business, that's a lot more rare than I wish it was. But it is a major accomplishment. And I'm not going down without a fight. At all. I will pivot anywhere I need to. Every time. Yep, other volumes will be available. We're going to start rolling them out. So in September, we're working our way backwards. So, but we're going to prioritize volumes 2 and 5 during the cooler months because those are our fall and Christmas books. So those will probably come out soon. And then we'll start working our way back through all the volumes. We don't want to overcommit as we're like transitioning everything, where it takes us like a million years to like try and figure out how to manage the production. So we've just been releasing a couple hundred units at a time and then seeing how that feels, and then we'll increase it. So this week we're doing 250 units and see how that feels. Hey twin, welcome in. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on right now. There gotta be a golden era around the corner. Gots to be. A renaissance in waiting. Because that's what comes out of these hard times. a creative boom. So I just need all my creatives to hang in there. Do what you need to do to support yourself. Don't be afraid to do what you need to do. If that means working different jobs that have nothing to do with what you want to do, but keep you fed, clothed, and safe, then you do that. And you strategize. Now TikTok's asking me if I'm a human or a robot. Child, please. You strategize, you make a plan, write it down. Write your goals down. I cannot say that enough. Write it down. Stop just letting things roll around in that head. Put it on paper. It makes a huge difference. And start to figure out what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Daily steps, bite size. Doesn't have to be groundbreaking, revolutionary actions every day. In fact, that's how you get burnt out real fast. Bite-sized steps every single day, little by little. In a year, your life will look very different, and you won't have such a huge strain in the process. Just take little steps. Learn from your actions. See what other people are doing. Iterate. Practice. And the other thing is, when you're just getting started, especially if you want to do something like building a platform, like you want some sort of like social media presence, people underestimate the importance of having a small audience, and they want to bypass that stage and go straight to the big audience. Have you ever seen someone who went from a nobody to someone with a lot of attention and notoriety overnight? You see how that usually works out? There is something that happens when you become very visible that is very difficult to navigate all at once. It's actually a lot more shocking and a lot more scary than what people talk about. And it's not all that it's cracked up to be, and those people have no loyalty to you. In fact, a lot of people will be following you to watch your downfall. And that's literally like a true phenomenon. When you have time to be a small creator and make mistakes and learn without everybody watching you, that is very valuable time. Very, very valuable time. That's where you learn. It's much better to learn and mistake and to trip up and fall down in front of 50 people versus 500,000 people. Every time I get on my platform, I have to think 1,000 times before I speak. Because now, mind you, when I'm on live, I don't think enough. I'm going to say that. I don't think enough. There's been plenty of things I've said on here that, with a platform my size, I don't know if I should have been saying all that. I don't think I should have said some of those things. But we all friends in the club. But it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different vibe, baby. I know I never wish to see someone's downfall. I just rather not even engage at all. You know what I mean? Like when I see somebody who's starting to get traction, get success, get opportunities, like that's exciting for me, right? Even when I was feeling like I was being passed up and I was like, oh, these companies don't want to work with me, I was feeling salty about myself because I was comparing myself to other people. But their success was motivating to me. I didn't want them to have less success. I wanted to figure out how I could get that as well. And I think that that's where people get caught up, is that they think someone else's success means that there's less opportunities for them. And that's not how blessings work at all. In fact, if you want to get a blessing away from you as fast as possible, do some shit like that. Be a hater. That's the fastest way to repel a blessing. Be a hater. That will get all them blessings up out your space, okay? But if you can be patient and keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's where that big O word comes in, where you have to be obedient to the vision. Because if you start trying to make moves and switch up every 5 seconds because you're not seeing the results as fast as you want to see them, or as fast as you perceive other people to see them, because perception is also an issue. You may be perceiving somebody as having all of these different things. You think they're so successful, they got all this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, their whole life in shambles. And you sitting over here like, dang, I wish I had that. I wish I had this. They don't even have that. And you actually are in a better position than they are, but you don't know it. Because you're going off of what you perceive, especially if you're perceiving it from the internet. Girl, you already know. Don't nobody know what's really going on. So, don't even worry about that. Worry about, like I always say, instead of trying to get a seat at someone else's table, start building your own. Because by the time you get over there and you get a seat at that table and you find out it's not even all that, you could have built your own table. You could have built your own table. Okay? Just like when black people finally got to eat up them all white diners. They said, this what we been fighting for? We got better food at home. Same vibes. Same vibes. Just go ahead and build your own table. Because what you think you're missing out on is not the blessing for you to begin with. Move along. Move along. And the other thing, I guess I'm just dropping all my little tidbits that I've learned over the past 33 years since I'm turning 34 tomorrow. Another thing is timing. I struggle a lot with timing and wanting things to happen when I want them to happen. And every time I think back on things that I wanted to happen in a certain time frame, and I realize, had this happened when I wanted it to happen, oh baby, it would have been ruined. Everything, oh my gosh, what you think makes sense in that time, because you can't see the bigger picture, you literally don't even know what you're praying for. You be praying for things to happen in a certain way, and when it don't happen that way, you be feeling disappointed or sad or like you're a failure. Meanwhile, you are divinely protected from your own disastrous desires. You are protected because you don't know. You don't know what God knows at all. So here you are thinking like, okay, I just need this to happen by the end of the month, or, this whole thing is going to fall apart, blah, blah. And then had that had happened, it would have blocked everything else that was to come. You working all this time and all this effort to get one rose when you could have had 20 bouquets had you just been patient. So I still, even knowing that, I still struggle with like just being patient and trusting that, okay, I would like for this to happen at this time if it's meant to happen at this time. If it's meant to happen at all, you know? You have to have that. Because there's some things that you think you want real bad, and then you look back on that a couple years later, you're like, whoa, thank God. Usually there's a man on the other end of that. I'm just saying. But there has to be some sort of like give it up, you know? It's a lot though. It's a lot. Yeah, patience is real tough for me. But the more times that I've proven that I really truly don't know what the hell is best for me in a lot of these, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna let you handle that actually. I'm gonna do what I'm good at, I'm gonna let you handle the rest. Because I would have absolutely played myself. I had to let go of that know-it-all spirit that you have when that frontal lobe is not developed, you know? That 25 and under brain that makes you think that you know things that you absolutely do not know. Had to shed that. Let that go. And then there's the desperation, right? Sometimes I find myself falling into like I need this to happen right now out of desperation. Because I'm like just really eager to get out of whatever situation that is pressing me at the time. And that's another place where you don't really want to operate from. You don't want to operate from a place of desperation or lack of, or like impatience. Like you don't want to operate from those places because A, you're not thinking clearly, and B, you're thinking small. You think really small in those situations because you're just thinking of what's the bare minimum I can ask for to get me out of this situation versus asking God to show you how good it can get. You're just asking for the bare minimum, you know, because you're desperate. And it's hard. You start making real quick decisions that make no sense for the long term, then cause bigger messes. You don't want that either. At all. So I always call, like, when I'm in a tough spot, I call it the squeeze. And sometimes the squeeze is stronger than others, but it always releases. And you have to just try and build up your endurance. And the more times you get squeezed, it does get easier, in my experience, because you know, like, well, I know I'm gonna survive this. I know I'm gonna get released from this. So let me just think and be still. Because that's something, like, sometimes you just gotta be still. Just sit down and just wait. Just wait. So much power in waiting. We don't want to wait. And society makes it hard to wait. Because guess who don't wait? The bills, the rent, the kids. Nothing else waits. So it gets hard. It gets hard to be like, well, I guess I'm going to just have to sit down and wait until this gets better. But if you can't wait and that squeeze starts making you think all irrationally, you're going to have a bigger mess. So you do have to wait. You do. You do. gets better. It always gets better. Sometimes it gets worse, but then it gets better. I was like talking to Mr. Coco earlier, and he was like, what's something that just like brings you joy, like just makes you happy? And I was like, I think he was trying to figure out some birthday ideas. But I'm like, it's really like very small things, because I'm a sentimental person. I like moments, I like experiences with loved ones. And I was just like, I love like when we're staying in a hotel and it's like me and him and our son, and we're like just cozied up in the big bed and we're watching a movie and we order room service and we're just like together and calm and still. And that's what I love about the business that I have, is the time it allows me. Like, I'm not really in business for the sake of like trying to be rich. I had way more money when I worked in corporate. I had way more money when I didn't have something else to invest it in. You know what I mean? I like the time that I have, because that's the most valuable resource that on this earth is your time. And I love that I can come on here and color and be in community with people who care about the things that I care about. And I just like, I've created such genuine friendships with people. And I like, when I have life accomplishments, I'm so excited to tell my family, and I'm so excited to tell like my coconut family. Like, I be so itching to tell y'all. I be so excited to tell y'all everything, because I just really appreciate that this is how I get to spend my time. Like, if you work a job and you're spending time with people that you don't love spending time with, you know how much of a toll that is on you. It's such a huge toll to have to spend time with people you don't want to spend time with. And I have designed a life where I can surround myself and spend time with people who I want to spend time with. And on the rare occasion someone come in here and I don't want to spend time with them, it's one button and they gone. You can't be blocking Todd from HR at work. But I can block, somebody in here cutting up. That's a one button. One button resolved. Love that. I love that. So I'm very grateful and fortunate, and I don't need a excess of money. I just need enough money to be able to protect my time and spend time with the people I love. I want to build a legacy. I want to build something for these children, and I'm actively working on that. But I want to be able to look back and be like, I spent my time well. That's what I think about. I do. I feel real old tonight. And Nana Coco don't even come out yet. And I'm feeling old. Yes, that is true wealth. I agree. That's how you get real rich. Because we know there's plenty of people with a lot of zeros in the bank account and miserable. Hate that for them. Hate that. Now, if they want to come up off their money to make them feel better, I'll send them the routing number in the checking account number. I can help them with that. I can alleviate some stress of all that excess cash, because I know what to do with it. Rich people don't know how to be rich. Rich people don't know how to be rich. Okay? So I'll take that. Y'all go be happy, and I'll make sure this money, it won't bother you no more. You ain't gotta worry about this no money no more. Right. I know the perfect place for you to deposit some of those issues. Okay. Yep. I have a rare night off of work. I miss being in here. I know, Brie. I'm happy you're here. This was a good night for you to come. All the people that don't know how to use money get rich, right? Just be doing stuff. Like, because, like, I'm not someone who thinks, like, money is a disease. I think there's be something in there, and the money enables it, okay? Because there's plenty of normal people who I feel like if they had money, they would still be normal. You know what I mean? It's something about the specific people that get rich that already has something in them. And the money just bloop activates it. Because no matter how many zeros my bank account has, I'm not buying 300 bottles of baby oil. It's not happening for any reason. There was something in there. You know what I'm saying? It's not normal. Something was already disconnected. That had nothing to do with you being, because if you didn't have no money, you would still have probably more baby oil than most people. I'm just gonna say that. Right. Exactly, Brie. Right now I'm using a Prismacolor pencil, but I'm using a mix of a bunch of different brands. Everything that I use is linked in my bio. People were trying to say Diddy was framed because of all the work he was doing for the black community. You know, black people, I don't like when we get to saying stuff like that. Y'all be stressing me out. This is the same thing y'all was trying to tell me about Cosby, and I don't really want to hear all that. I think conversations get like attached to the wrong people. You know what I mean? Like, I think there is a conversation about like people who are doing good for black communities being actively blocked by mainstream media or the criminal system or all these different things. Like, that is something that happens, right? Diddy is not the face of that. You know what I mean? That's not who I want to attach to. Like, when we're like, oh, this black person is bad, and they're like, black people are just overly hypercritical of our own people. I think there's truth to that. I think there's validity to that statement. Diddy is not the face of that conversation. Once you start bringing him as the example, you lost me. I think black people are way more critical of black people than any other group. I think that there's room for that to change. I don't think that Diddy is a case example of that. So let's find someone else. I'm sure there's plenty of examples. Why? But me, you can give me the money. I'll show you what I'm gonna do with it. I'll be chilling. You won't gotta worry about me. We go live. There'll be very few things that I would change about my day to day. I just would live somewhere else I would have a team that's doing the labor for me, and I would vacation more. That's all I want, you know? Set up a couple things for the kids. I'm not really trying to do too much. Keep it sweet, keep it cute, keep it simple. This is a Prismacolor pencil I'm using right now, but I use a variety of different things, but you can find everything that I use linked in my bio. Right, real simple. Make some art, go see some stuff. I would love to do a coloring tour, you know, come to where y'all are at. See what y'all got going on in your cities. And then go sit back down, you know what I mean? Love your work. Thank you. Do you still enjoy coloring now that is also a business? I do. I go through phases where it's more enjoyable than others. Like there's certain times where I have a lot on my mind, and I think, what's the best way to explain it? The anticipation of having to color sometimes trips me up. Like I have to go color, I have to finish this page. Like, you know, that same feeling you get when you have work to do, when you don't really feel like doing it. I get that sensation. But once I'm sitting down and coloring, it shuts that part of my brain off. Like I'm never like sitting here like, oh, I don't want to do this right now. Like when I go live, I'm not like in a rush or feeling like, because when I'm ready to hang up, I hang up on y'all real quick. No qualms. She said, all right, good night, bloop. And y'all know this. As soon as I don't want to do it no more, I don't. So when I'm here with you guys, because I don't want it to be forced, you know, I don't want to be on here and then I start resenting it. So I am intentional about just when I don't feel like doing it anymore, I stop. But I do enjoy it still, even though it's my work. It's a good question. But the relationship does change when you have a creative business. Creating doesn't feel like it did before. It feels different, but still enjoyable. My husband turned the air off because I was very cold when I first came in here, and now I'm hot, but it could be my ring light. Or it could be because I've been yapping. Sometimes I overheat, jabber jaws. And this color that I'm using, by the way, is dark green, and I'm blending it with moss green by Karen Dash. I don't think I said that at any point, so I was yapping. My apologies. It was kind of cold here today. I was a little chilly. So I know I might be asking a lot, but I need to replay on YouTube. So I've been on my YouTube replay grind, okay? I'm getting caught up. I posted like a handful of videos last week. I scheduled a video. There's going to be a replay going up every single day this week. I scheduled them all. They're all uploaded and ready to go. So this will be on there. I'm not playing around. I'm trying to get caught up. Today, the Last of the Mermaid page went up, and now I think we're like 3 pages behind now. So by the next few weeks, we're going to be caught up to real time. I've been not playing around at all. I don't really have visions for the background of this. I'm not gonna lie. I have no visions. And I'm not going to force a vision. Not this evening. Not this evening. Yay! I know, you guys subscribe to my YouTube. It's growing over there. I gained like almost 6,000 followers or subscribers last week randomly. I said, period. So I'm on my Zoom. It is my birthday tomorrow. It is. I'm not going live tomorrow. I won't be here. But I'll be back Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, all my family's coming into town. All my Balo side of the family, so my husband's family is coming into town because we have Michael's 8th birthday party / my birthday party this weekend. So I have a lot of prepping to do, cleaning to do, food shopping, like all the things to do. So, you know, that week when you got people coming to town, and our house is going to be filled to the max. Okay, you know how the Africans be coming in like 85 deep. So I gotta make sure there's places for people to sleep and eat and do everything. I gotta get mad toilet paper, mad paper towels, washcloths, soaps, everything, paper plates, cups. I'm ready. I'm so excited to see everybody, though. These are like my people. Like, I cannot wait to see them and hug them and squeeze them. And my best friend is flying in. Raggedy is flying in and surprising my son. She has never missed a birthday party. And now she moved to Virginia because she got married last year. So he thinks she's not coming, but she's flying in Friday. So he's going to cry for sure. He's going to be so excited. So it's going to be a fun weekend. I'm so excited. What else? Digital Coloring 101 is next week, next Wednesday. So if you're wanting to learn how to render digitally, like how I be doing, make sure you sign up for that. If you're in the club, no action required. Materials are going to be sent out this Wednesday for that. What else? I already told you guys about the wire coloring books that are back restocked on the site. Those are going to be restocking a lot more frequently since we control the production in-house, so that's really nice. More volumes to come with that. Pre-orders for the book. If you already pre-ordered the book, make sure you go to the link in my bio and fill out the sweepstakes, because you get a signed sticker, a title sticker, plus entry to win my marker set, the 300 Ohuhu colored marker set. So make sure you go get that because it's free. You already get it included with your pre-order. If you haven't pre-ordered Rest and Reflect yet, that's this book. If you haven't pre-ordered this one, this is my first book with my publisher, and you want to get it and not wait. Barnes & Noble said to hell with that pre-order. We shipping it in 2 days. So you can go to Barnes & Noble and get this, and you'll have it by the weekend, girl. And this is 36 pages. It also has affirmation and writing prompts throughout so that you can, just get your mind right. Kind of like the vibes that we had tonight, where you just think about some things that you're struggling with that you want to work on, just being reflective. thinking of your path and like what are the things that you want to accomplish and how can you be more patient, how can you be more mindful and more present. Those are like little reminders that are throughout the book. My prayers become my reality. This is like a really good exercise that I do often, where I just think about something that I prayed for that is now just a part of my reality. And sometimes things happen and you don't even realize, like, girl, a year ago I was praying for this and this is just now my everyday. Like, this is my regular. So I like that we included these in here. So go to Barnes and Noble, pick it up. And I think those are my announcements. I don't have any like thoughts for the background, so I'm not gonna do the background yet. I still haven't even finished the last page we were on. I have so little left to do, but I just haven't, I was about to, have some sort of excuse, but the truth is I just haven't sat my butt down and did it. And that's really what it comes down to. So thank you. I give Leo vibes. I'm a double Leo too. I'm Leo down. So I'm all fire too. I'm Leo, Sag. Fired up. That's why I be getting mad as hell. Did I tell y'all what my son said? I didn't even tell y'all, and then I'm gonna hang up. So I've been a little spicy. Okay, I've been a little more spicy than usual, and I'm not a spicy person in my home life. Like, I'm very chill at home. My husband and I do not argue. Like, we're just like a chill family. Like, it just never be that deep. Well, lately I've been wanting to really actually argue. Like, I actually know I really do want to argue about this. And I was like, yeah, actually I'm gonna scream actually. So Michael was losing his ever-loving mind because he has never seen me like, I don't scream. Y'all hear the way I talk. I don't be yelling at people. That's not my vibes. So everybody's confused. I'm kind of confused myself. I just leave. I go upstairs. So time passes, like, whatever. We're over it. Everyone's fine now. And by everyone, I mean me, because I'm the only one mad. So the next day, my husband is watching something about like signs of like liver issues or something. He a personal trainer. He be doing deep dives on stuff, whatever. He has a client that he's trying to figure something out on. And it says something about like raised levels of estrogen. So Michael was like, what's estrogen? I was like, oh, it's a hormone. And he said, oh, that's what's making you scream at daddy. I said, I beg your pardon? He said, daddy said you're pregnant and you have a lot of hormones. And that's why you're screaming at him. Well, excuse me. And now he won't stop saying it. And then we went to dinner tonight and he's with my parents. He's like, Gigi, do you know what estrogen is? Because that's what made mommy scream at daddy. She said, mommy screamed at daddy because of her estrogen. He said, yup, sure did. Okay, everybody, wait a second. Okay? Just wait a second. Let's just cool it. She said, oh, that's interesting. Now everybody's about to get screamed at. Okay? Don't make me start hooting and hollering. And then I went down my list last night. And I kept waking up my husband up because he kept falling asleep while I was ranting about all the things. All the people on my list. I was like, okay, so this person texted me this and I did not like that. I felt that was very passive aggressive. And that's not the first time she did that. Because if you remember, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. And last time I saw her, she did this, that, and the third. He's like, I don't really remember it that way. Oh, well then let's revisit. Let's revisit. He's like, it's 12:30. No, let's revisit since you don't remember it that way, because now I'm about to be mad at you, because that's absolutely what she did. I don't know if I'm spicy or if this child is spicy. I don't know. Somebody is spicier than normal. I'm about to go wake him up though, because there was something that happened earlier that I feel like I just need to get off my chest. Yeah. Maybe it is the hormones. Maybe it is hormones. Maybe I'll just go downstairs, have some of my leftover Ruth Chris, and just let the man rest. I think so. I do love him. He did bring the books up. He's so understanding though. That's probably what's doing him in, you know, because he's kind of letting me get away with it. I have to be the one who has self-control, because he's just kind of letting me do my thing. So I need to be the one to snap myself out of it, because he's not gonna do it. He just gonna look at me like, here she go. He not gonna yell back. So now what? Now I just look crazy. Maybe I'll just ask him to cuddle me. But he has to cuddle me around my mommy pillow, because I got my mommy cozy. So he's going to have to reach around my body pillow. Tomorrow's a whole new day. Don't waste on the... You know what, Cindy? You're right. I could start straight off early in the morning, since I wake up at 6. I could. He's not in trouble. I just need him to listen to me talk about who is in trouble. All right, that's it. You guys let me rant to y'all too, so maybe that's what I'll do. So I gave you all my announcements. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. I don't think I'm gonna post anything. I've been looking kind of busted lately, so I don't have any cute photos or anything to post for my birthday. So just imagine me, because y'all can see images in your mind, unlike me. So just imagine me looking cute on my birthday with like a cake. Okay, that's what you want to do. Okay. Everyone have an amazing night. I'll see you back here on Wednesday. All right. I love you. Good night.